But how many people do you think are living inside of these homes?
I've worked on a few of these houses. I've seen up to 12 people in a 2-bedroom house.
And that's why they're able to raise the rent so much, because they got 12 people that are
Well,
all getting $1,200 from the government.
Some of these landlords, not all of them, but some of them will do what they do is they'll charge per head for these Haitians. So they'll like take a regular house like that one there. They'll put 8 or 9 of them in there and charge them $750 a month per person.
Wow, so these landlords are making a lot of money off all these migrants coming into this town.
Yeah, that's what makes it terrible. Like, is now they're jacking the rent up. The normal people who used to live here can't afford to live here.
How did they get here?
They go to like Columbus, Ohio, and somewhere in New Jersey, and then they kind of just drive down here. They give them cars and everything. Like, you'll notice a lot of Ohio temporary tags when you're driving around. That's where they come from.
Really? How are they getting these cards if they're not citizens and they don't have a driver's license?
The government's giving it to them. Simple as that. They give them an allowance for vehicles, I know that.
What I want to know is, how are they coming in as quickly? I don't have a problem with immigration if you do it the right way. As far as the whole thing of eating pets, have I seen it? No. Is it possible? Yes, I believe so, because of the fact that a lot of these people practice voodoo. It is their religion. We have freedom of speech, freedom of religion. I do feed the stray cats in town, and it seems like good morning. There's not a lot of them anymore. My sister's concerned about me being here election night if President Trump wins again. She's afraid of retaliation, and I said, I'm not leaving. It is what it is.
Yeah, from retaliation from the Haitians?
Yes.
Yo, guys, let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about the current state of Haiti and the TPS Haitians here in America, right? I think what Haiti needs to do, y'all need to copy the Singaporean playbook, right? Like Singapore. That's what y'all need to do. Y'all need to go, whatever they did to get their country to become wealthy, y'all need to go over there and study that. Because Haiti, there's no reason why you guys are still struggling as a country. I mean, yes, you had a couple of coups d'etats and they deleted your president. United States, of course, they've been meddling with politics for as long as Haiti been in existence. Your United States been messing with the politics, and they don't want a stable Haiti. I know it. We all know it. Listen, the reason why you understand, Haiti is run by the United States. The government of Haiti is the government of America, right? They don't want Haiti to be stable. What I mean by that is they want cheap labor. They want Haitians to do cheap labor. They got corporations in Haiti that, you're talking about Haynes, different other companies, that they need these things to be done for very cheap, right? They ousted one of Haitian president because he's trying to raise the minimum wage. They was like, you got to go. So corporations been known to meddle in Latin America, the Caribbean, whatever president that's trying to like change anything or make it easier for the common folks to make a little bit more money. They're like, now you got to get out of here. So corporations they pretty much use America as an arm to just be like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't take the land. We need all these things. This is the story of Latin America, Haiti, and all these other countries that America just say, we need control of your resources, right? Apart from that, okay, cool. Now you have come here to the TPS Haitians, right? The TPS Haitians are here not because America care about Haitians. They care about cheap labor. When the TPS Haitians came here, guess what? They were doing the jobs that Americans don't want to do, right? All the hard labor jobs. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Haitians doing Uber Eats, or Haitians up in Ohio. They're in different places where they have no business being cold weather. They come from an island life, but they doing jobs that typically Americans do not want to do. They don't want to do those jobs. Those jobs are very hard, or they pay very low wages. Americans don't want to do them. So now you have an issue where Americans have an issue with the TPS Haitians. They want them gone, right? You got Megan Kelly. She's like, okay, you know what? I don't care. Get these Haitians out of here, right? So that's a sentiment that most Americans are feeling, right? So it's not just like Megan Kelly. This is Americans feeling like, hey, our country are being overrun by people that don't look like us. We need them out of here.
Hello, guys. You're welcome back to Matty Reports. Look, I don't know why certain folks love inserting themselves into Black Americans' business while disrespecting the very foundation of where they stand. The same crowd that spent years gloating, saying, at least we have a home country to go back to, and acting arrogant toward Black Americans. They are the exact same ones now breaking down, throwing tantrums, and crying when their temporary status actually turns out to be temporary. If you really had so much pride in your homeland, why the sudden panic? Why mock the very people whose ancestors built this country, only to scream and fight when it's time to go back? It's the ultimate contradiction. You say Black Americans have no heritage, yet you're fighting tooth and nail to stay in the home they bled to build. Make it make sense. In this video, we're seeing clip after clip of Black Americans who have simply had enough of the disrespect and anti-Black American sentiment coming from these foreign dynamics. They are no longer shrinking, no longer letting folks who benefited from the civil rights movement turn around and look down on them. And let me tell you, it is glorious. It feels like poetic justice. Black Americans are standing firm, asserting their birthright, and reminding everyone that they are not immigrants and cannot be deported anywhere. They're building backbones, setting harsh boundaries, and refusing to bend to people who only claimed to love the country until the bill came due.
Okay, lady, they're gonna ask you to go back home one day. The table will turn.
No, they won't.
Okay.
You see how this Haitian lady is gloating, talking about, oh, one day the tables are gonna turn. They're gonna ask you to go back home. Go back where? We are home. Where I'm gonna go? Georgia, Virginia, South Carolina. Like, they want us to be immigrants so bad, and I think that's where a lot of the resentment comes into play. The resentment, the hatred, the anti-Black Americanness that a lot of immigrants have is because we are not immigrants and we can't be deported anywhere. And I really, really am deep down in my heart, not all of them, but I feel like some of them really deeply resent Black Americans because we're not immigrants. They don't like us for that. They don't like us, the fact that we've never had to go to an immigration office. We're not running from the ice cream truck. Like, they really can't stand us for that. So for her to be up here saying, oh, one day the table's gonna turn and Trump act like he like y'all. Donald Trump is not the first president of the United States. Black Americans been here since before the inception of this country. If they could deport us en masse to somewhere, they would have already done it. Think about all of the horrific things they've been trying to do to wipe us out. It goes deeper than you think. Use your noggin. Clearly, we're not immigrants and they can't send us anywhere, because if they could, they would have. They've literally been burning down our establishments, redlining us, doing everything they can to set us back. Everything under the sun, except for what? Deporte, because where they gonna send us? And the fact that she's gloating and like got a smirk on her face, like, yeah, it's gonna happen. No, it's not. The tables are not going to turn to where they're going to tell us to go back home, because we are home. Y'all really have it in your minds that we're not American, and it's really sad and pathetic that you think this country is just a white man's country, and it is not. It is not. Yes, some white Americans helped to build this country, but Black Americans were here since the very inception as well. Fought in every single war. Did free labor and paid labor to build an economic base for this country. Don't ever get it twisted. Like, y'all really confused. We're not immigrants. What y'all think about this? Sound off in the comments below. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Our time is coming.
I got a question for all of the Haitians and Syrians. Why did you wait 15 years? Temporary means temporary. You waited 15 years, you ain't get no paperwork. You ain't try to get legal. You ain't try to get permanent residence. You ain't tried to become a citizen. You ain't get no green card. Temporary means temporary.
Wait, I have to add this before I leave. Y'all don't want to be in y'all's country. So as much as y'all got a country to go back to, your ass ain't never there and don't want to go there. Y'all are literally picketing, rioting, and trying to storm the Capitol so that you won't have to go back to your country that you're so proud of. All right, bye.
You know, what happened to... I have a country to go back to. I have a country to go back to. I have a country to go back to. Unlike y'all, I have a country to go back to. What happened to that? Now y'all over here talking about... We will fight. We will keep fighting to be in somebody else's house. We will keep fighting to be in somebody else's house. But I thought y'all had a country to go back to. When America is getting sticky, I got a country to go back to. But when it's time to go back to your country, we will fight to stay. What? Like, how does anybody even think that this is acceptable? Like, what kind of logic do we live in this world? How are you fighting to stay in someone else's country on a temporary protective?
Friends do is flee away from danger. I love the idea of go back to your country because there's this mentality that there's a claim to something. Your entire country is based off of people that flee. Like, that is what people do. They flee. If it ain't working out there and the oppression is way too bad, they flee for better opportunities. Some people want to sit there and fight all day, but other people actually want to raise their children and they don't want to spend their life fighting. Do you get that? Do you understand that? No, you don't? Okay, no problem.
U.S. resumed deportation flights to Haiti, y'all. Yeah, they said that they're going to start sending 2 plane flights a week. Just dropped off 111 Haitians recently. Let me tell y'all the scoop. Thursday, July 16th. Yeah, this happened Thursday, July 16th at 1:30 p.m. Cape Haitians International Airport, carrying 111 Haitian nationals who were deported from the United States. So that's how the U.S. was dropping off the Haitians. Now look how the DR is dropping them off. This is the DR dropping off Haitians. Some of them allege that they've been, physically assaulted. It's like the DR is just sending a message to the Haitians like, hey, we really don't want y'all to come here. We're trying to, keep our country afloat. And they also want to build a wall. They're in the process of building a state-of-the-art wall between, to separate Haiti from the DR, because they really want the Haitians to stay on their side. If their budget was a little bit bigger, this wall will go up quicker. But they're like, man, we don't have the budget for it, but this is necessary for this wall to keep the Haitians out on their side. I guess they don't want them to mess up with their tourist money, I mean, Haiti could be doing the same thing with tourism, but all that Haitian on Haitian crime is ruining their side of the island.
Immigration authorities say they have deported more than 120,000 people so far this year, most of them from Haiti. Lugna Rafael has been living in the Dominican Republic for 13 years. He says immigration authorities beat him while he was in detention.
They came at 3 o'clock in the morning. They broke down the door and took me. They beat me a lot and they broke my head.
Dominican President Luis Abinader has made mass deportations of undocumented Haitian migrants a central pillar of his immigration policy. His government is also building a wall along the border with Haiti.
We keep on building with what our budget allows us. It's an objective that is a priority and national security strategy.
To all my Haitians, me personally, I would not be anywhere I'm not welcome. To any other immigrant, I would not be anywhere I'm not welcome. Period. Because right now, this is ridiculous. Trump ending the TPS for all Haitians. Seem like, damn, only Haitians in the U.S.? Or is it Cubans? Is it, Guatemalans? Is it Mexicanos? Is it Dominicano? All those people that, don't supposed to be over here, but yet y'all worry about the fucking Haitians? Are you kidding me? Not. Anywho, I don't even want to be in the fucking country. And I'm from here. Y'all pack up and go to Canada. Because I'm hearing that they treat you, I wish I could say it in Creole. My man ain't here. But I'm wishing that, I heard Canada treat you like you a fucking queen over there, king over there. Pack up and go there, because I'm about to leave too. The motherfucker Trump don't even want me in my own country. But y'all, my heart breaks for these families, because these motherfucking people be working hard. You hear me? Anything. They dedicate their life to it. They only come over here for a better life, and Trump, you trying to script that shit away from them. Y'all, let's pray for the Haitians, y'all. Let's pray for the Haitians.
And this is how you really exposed yourself. You said you don't know a single black American. Is that right? You don't fuck with us. We know. We know you don't like us. You're letting us know. It's in your anger. It's in your heart. But let me tell you something. I have a Haitian neighbor right now. Just was at my house yesterday, visiting my man. And he's going through a lot right now. And you know what he said? He said, my home is a safe space for him. In 2026, my home is still a safe space for your people. but all you do is show that you don't fuck with us. So when we say what we say, this is why. You cannot convince me that y'all are not jealous of the fact that Black Americans taught you everything you knew, and now you want to give the credit to white people. You had the nerve to bring up the fact that Pat's Supermarket is owned by white people, but that was literally the cultural center in Little Haiti for Haitians to be able to sell their stuff. So whose side are you on? You get what I'm saying? This is why I say, when you give Haitians the credit, they still don't respect Black Americans. You call me out twice, I finally respond, and this is how you act. And now it's, oh, you took your stitch off. I took it off because I need to see when you respond. That stitch duet shit, I don't be seeing it in all of my notifications. So the best way is direct, bitch. You got a problem with that? Because you had no problem making a 5-minute video responding to a video that wasn't even a response to what you said to me. I already responded to what you said to me. You decided to go to the other video and only respond to that. Bitch, I already laid your ass out and you completely ignored it. The Black people in America are Black and proud. Y'all try to be Black and you're not even proud about it because you're so fucking brainwashed that you come to this country and you sit under the tutelage of white America, and then you try to bring that shit back into the Black community, and it don't work like that. We've never been on the motherfucking side. We've never been on the side of white supremacy. You're gonna be over there. We're gonna be over here. That's why we're not the same.
When your countrywoman stood firm and blocked our reparations, doing everything she can to block your reparations, I don't hear not one Haitian American New Yorker saying a goddamn thing about it. When that woman who was in the White House sat there and said that she don't agree with reparations, was it Jean-Pierre? When she said she don't agree with reparations, I'm going to do the exact same thing that y'all did when she sat there in a position that she would never even be able to have if it wasn't for the fight in our blood. I'm going to do the exact same thing that you did when that happened. I'm not going to say a word. I'm not standing with you. I look, like I said, on a one-on-one basis, there's some of you that I actually care about. But as a whole, and even the ones that were on a one-on-one basis, did you do anything to stop Solange's? Did you do anything to check Jean-Pierre? Well, me neither. I can't do it. I don't know how to, what can I do? I'm going to do the same. I'm going to keep my head down and go to work. I'm going to keep my head down and live my life normally as if what is happening is not happening. Isn't that what you did? While we were fighting for our reparations, isn't that what you did? Isn't that what you are doing while we're sitting here, video after video after video, showing you? I sat there and showed you. I confronted Solange in her face. What did you do to stand with us? Nothing. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And now I will do the same for you that you did for me.
Ma'am, we don't relate to it. You're 100% right. We don't relate to leaving our countries and saying we will go somewhere for a better opportunity. We can't relate to it. And let's call it what it is. The majority of Haitians haven't left Haiti either. It's only, let's call it what it is. It's only a small group of people who are allowed by the U.S. government to come here. The majority of Haitians are still in Haiti right now, dealing with the problems in Haiti, fighting. Your family was the ones that was approved by the U.S. government to come over here. They knew you wasn't going to fight anything. They knew you wasn't going to stand up. They knew your family wasn't going to get on cold with Black America. They knew you was going to just put your head down and say, yes, a boss. They knew that. That's why they let you in. That's why, to be honest with you.
So I am one of the Haitians affected by this. I came to America when I was 4 years old. One of the, probably actually the very first clear memory I have was being on a plane to America and talking to my sister and us talking about what it meant for us to be going to America. We had different things that we debated. What would life be like? And I also remember throwing up in either the taxi ride or on the airplane. That was my very first memory. I don't remember life in Haiti because I was a baby. I was a toddler, so I don't remember. I started kindergarten here in the States. I did all my grade levels here. I said the Pledge of Allegiance, learned how to speak English. I learned United States history like it was my history. Although I kept a very strong hold to my Haitian roots, I became American without even realizing it. Unfortunately, there was always something that separated me and everyone else around me. Me and all the other kids. There was something that I had to be worried about that they didn't have to. My family got TPS when it first came out. It was something that I was very conscious of, especially when I was in the 8th grade and Donald Trump first ran for presidency. And to my utter shock, he was elected. And then he threatened my status back then.
We have a president that hates immigrants. I'm just on TPS. I'm allowed to be here, but not for long. July, our temporary protected status ends, and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I was so afraid. And I think I've always been afraid. Even though I had lawful status, I've always been afraid. For myself, for my family.
I think, how am I gonna get through today without breaking apart? Falling apart during one of my classes, you know?
My parents have paid taxes since we came here. So, for about, almost 20 years now, my parents have been paying taxes. I've been paying taxes for 5 years now. And even still, there are some benefits that I don't qualify for because of my immigration status. There was no need to apply for FAFSA because I wasn't going to get it. But still, despite these very stark differences, I live life like an American. I've taken care of Americans at my job at the hospital as a patient care technician. I've befriended Americans. And I guess I mistaken myself for American as well. And then he was elected in 2024 again, and I had to face the harsh reality that people wanted this. People wanted to emphasize that difference. I'm not wanted here. I'm not accepted here. I'm not protected here. You see, this is my real life. This is the only life that I know. I don't know life in Haiti, so as much as it's very easy for you to say temporary means temporary. Yes, temporary means temporary, but it wasn't temporary. 15 years is not temporary. 15 years is enough time for someone to have hope that it could be a lifetime. 15 years is enough time for someone to make connections, to grow hope, to grow love, to have children. Another misconception that I see is that somehow people assume that it has been our decision this whole time to somehow abuse the system by remaining with temporary protected status and not trying to get something else to get better papers. If only you knew. If only you knew how difficult it was. And be glad that you don't know how difficult it is. Be grateful, because the only difference between me and you, or your children, or your parents, or your friends, is that you so have happened to been born in a country where your chance of survival was higher. If you're like me, you're probably confused, sad. Anyways, these bugs are trying to eat me up and I've kept you for too long. So yeah, thank you for giving me your attention for that period of time. If you are going through the same situation, please DM me and I'll connect you to the support group I created for us. Yeah, courage. We got this. Whatever you decide to do. I'm still lost myself. I'm figuring a lot of things out right now. So you're not alone in that. I love you, and if no one has told you this yet, I'm sorry this is happening to you, and we will get through this together.
And since they can no longer do rituals and spells on us with their magic, it's time to go home.
Your temporary protective status, you had anchor babies. Not only did you do that, but in the 15 to 20 years that you've been here, you built America or United States. I'm kind of confused on how Haitians really think that. that you built any part of this country. You guys came here after a flood. That was like 15 years ago. So you have hundreds of thousands, via your words, of children that were born here because you never really planned on going back. You got EBT, food stamps, WIC, you got housing, Section 8, you got medical, you got all of those things, and probably some of you got to open up restaurants or corner stores. You guys were never planning on going back. And the operative word being temporary, it was for the safety, as if those current events are no longer going. I'm gonna add the video afterwards or at the end of this so you guys can watch it and come to your own conclusion, because now it's unjust. Now everything, because you were never planning to leave. You wanted to stay on that temporary protected status and gain all or garner all those benefits.
Imagine the sheer entitlement of coming into a house built by generations of black struggle, looking down on the very people who paved the way for your civil rights, and then expecting those same people to shed tears when your temporary permit finally expires. Yet here we are, watching black men and women completely bypass that guilt tripping, choosing instead to stand firmly on facts, hold their ground, and demand long overdue respect. This shift represents something much deeper, a collective realization that respect isn't something you beg for, it's asserted. Black Americans are officially done playing the quiet, tolerant hosts to folks who accept the benefits of their sacrifice while disrespecting them behind closed doors. You cannot mock the foundational culture of this country for years and then act shocked when nobody steps up to defend your stay. Think about the bigger picture here. For decades, the narrative was to smile through the subtle shade, ignore the arrogance, and hope unity would magically appear. But communities are waking up and saying, no more. If you want solidarity, it starts with basic human respect and acknowledging whose shoulders you're standing on. The panic and discomfort some feel as these deportation realities hit isn't the core issue. It is the direct consequence of believing you could exploit a space while looking down on the people who built it. What do you think about this situation? Do you agree that mutual respect has to be the bare minimum when entering any community? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you appreciated this unfiltered breakdown, smash that like button, share this video with someone who needs a serious reality check, and subscribe to Mattew Reports for more. We'll catch you in the next one. Stay strong, stay aware, and keep pushing back against the nonsense. Peace.